So if you go into your folder for new files added by instructor, inside of session 8, you'll have a few skyline images here, and I'm just going to download them all. And what I'll do after that is I'm just going to drag them into my one image here. So I'm just dragging them from the bottom up. Again, you can go to File, Open, and open them whichever way you'd like. But as long as you just have them in there, they'll be fine. Now, there does seem to be an issue here. If I'm trying to make a panorama, you'll notice that they're all kind of on top of each other, right? So my skyline 1 is at the bottom, my skyline 2 is above it, and so forth. So how do I fix this in order to make this a kind of long spread panorama, right? Well, to do that, we can recall from project 1 editing the canvas and image size. So if I go to image and then canvas size, remember image size is specific to that image that we're working with, but the canvas size is essentially the canvas that we're working on in Photopea. Now again, I'm trying to make a wide image, so it's a panorama. So my width needs to be a bit bigger. So what I'm going to make the width is maybe I'll try 2000. And you'll notice that I have these edges that are transparent on the side of my screen now. So I'm going to use my zoom tool. Excuse me. I'm going to right click and then hit fit the area. And you'll notice now that it's actually a bit larger than it used to be. So I'm going to select my background and then I'm going to select my move tool that's up here. And with my background selected, I'm just going to hold the move tool and drag it over here. Now you'll notice that these images are still very big, so I need to increase my canvas size a bit more. Maybe I'll try 3000. And let me get my zoom tool, right click and fit the area again. And let me hit my move tool again, background, and this might actually work for us. So let's move these guys around. I'm going to select Skyline 2, move him to maybe right there. I'm going to move Skyline 3 over here. Now we're almost there. We have a Skyline 4. So what we need to do now is if I go to Edit, excuse me, Image, Canvas Size, and let's just try 4000. We're going to keep making this bigger. And then again with the zoom tool, fit the area. We're just going to try to move these one more time. So this is a bit of a tedious process. But of course, you can downsize your images. You can make them smaller or larger. And you can do what you like with them. But usually this should work for us. So sometimes Photopea has an issue with aligning these guys. If you see here, you'll notice how it's a bit choppy between the 4 images. But to fix this, we could try to use what's built into Photopea. So to figure out, let's see here. To figure out how to align these guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all my layers at once. So you can you can click the bottom layer and then shift click the other layers. Or you can click the bottom layer and then shift click the top layer. And that will select all of the layers. You see how they're all kind of grayed there. And then what I can do is inside of my edit option up here, I can go down to this option in edit that's above the auto blend, which is what we use for that face swap. And there's an option called auto align. So let's see if this works here. I'm going to select auto align. And so you'll see here that sometimes we get this issue that arises with the no similarity found. So if this occurs, which has happened to me before, what we might need to do is push these images into each other a bit more. So I'm going to select Skyline 2. I'm just going to move it into this one a bit more. I'm going to move Skyline 3 into this one a bit more. So maybe it's like right here. I'll do the same for Skyline 4. I'm just going to kind of overlap them a bit more than usual. Maybe right here. And then I'm just going to move them over like this. And now with all of them kind of selected again, let's see if I can go to edit and auto align. Looks like an error. So of course this sometimes happens as well. Let's see if I can push them all together. Again, the panorama is a bit of an issue at times, but we can see if we can figure this one out. What I sometimes do if this error is occurring with the no similarity found is I select 2 of my layers at once and then I just try auto aligning 2 of the 4. And you'll notice that it actually did something there for us. So now these two layers are aligned. And let me select 3 and 4. And let's go to edit and auto align these ones. And you'll notice that now these ones are aligned. So for some reason it doesn't want to align all 4 of them, but it is aligning the 2. So you'll see here that the auto align worked out okay. Let's just try it with these two here. If I have these two here together, and you can notice here that there's a bit of a difference between the two images. There's a cut in the center. I can shift select the two of them, edit, and auto align. And then it goes ahead, and of course there's still a bit of an image error down here, but you'll notice that the top of it looks pretty good, and it's a pretty impressive tool because it works on such a small piece as well. Let me fit the area again. Let's go to edit and auto align to align the other two. See here. And now we have a bit of a weird panorama, but let's see if we can edit and auto align all of them together. Seems as though it'll be giving me the error, which is fine. I'm going to try 3 of them. I'm just fiddling around right now to see if this would work. Yeah, and sometimes the no similarity found occurs. But essentially, this is what we'll be doing for the panorama. And again, the panorama isn't a part of your projects or capstones, but it is a neat little feature when it works, of course, for us to work with. If you go into your syllabus on DM140, you'll see this supplemental resource that says Stitch Images Together. And if I open up this Stitch Images Together, it does a very good job of aligning the layers and the edges as well. A few people have the issue with dissimilarity, so really the panorama issue is a prevalent one. But this is something that you could try out if you'd like.